That Friday, Bianca got up early, the sun still timid on the horizon. His workday promised to be short but intense. The clock struck the end of the shift, and like a school class at the sound of the bell, the employees grabbed their bags and hurried towards the exit. Bianca, however, remained frozen in place, the computer seemingly having agreed with fate to slow her down. Finally, when the office lights went out and the last colleague had left, Bianca closed the door behind her. If you want to continue discovering compelling stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all notifications. Her husband, Carlo, was busy that evening in an important meeting organized by his boss, who didn't seem capable of making a decision without Carlo's opinion. She didn't like this strange balance in Carlo's work, but he never complained. Their life had always been marked by frenetic rhythms and constant commitments. Both had jobs that required dedication and sacrifice, but never like in those days had Bianca felt so restless and insecure. Instead of calling a taxi, Bianca decided to take the bus, and the short walk from the stop to their house gave her pause for thought. She arrived a little later than usual, and as soon as she crossed the threshold, an unfamiliar scent greeted her. He sniffed the air, trying to identify the fragrance, but it quickly faded. The apartment was in perfect order. Even the pocket mirror and the large gold earrings were exactly where she had left them that morning. No sign of theft. Bianca indulged in a long shower, steam filling the bathroom as thoughts swirled through her mind. As the warm water slid over her skin, she tried to rationalize the strange sensations, but each attempt only seemed to increase her anxiety. She dried her hair, then began to prepare dinner. Opening the refrigerator, she noticed that the plastic bag with the sausages was almost empty, an unusual detail that alarmed her. It wasn't just the missing sausage, it was little things, almost imperceptible, that seemed out of place, as if someone had tried to leave no trace, but hadn't quite succeeded. Carlo may have eaten more than usual, but doubt crept in anyway. When he came home late, full from his business dinner, and too tired to ask any more questions. During the week, Bianca began to notice small details that indicated a strange presence in their apartment. Drops of water in the shower, perfume bottles slightly moved, the hairbrush found on the floor. On Saturday, as usual, they went to the countryside. But when they returned on Sunday evening, the washing machine was wet, as if it had recently been used. Bianca was sure she had left everything in order before leaving. The discovery of the wet washing machine fueled his suspicions and his determination to uncover the truth. "It feels like someone is coming into our house when we're not there," Bianca said, seeking confirmation. "How is that possible?" asked her husband. "I don't know," Bianca replied, "but I have this feeling and some evidence." She told her husband about the strange things that had been happening lately. "Well, my parents have a spare set of keys. But why on earth would they come to visit us secretly, crossing the whole city to eat sausages and do laundry? Last I heard, their washing machine was working fine. That's the strangest thing." "Yes, it is," Bianca agreed, massaging it as she imagined things. "You've been working so much lately, I'm sure it must be due to stress." "I don't know," Bianca said, "but the water drops in the washing machine are certainly not stress-related. Someone used it." Over the next week, the strangeness continued. The couple began to suspect an intruder, but they had no concrete proof. One day, Bianca came home early from work with the intention of catching the intruder red-handed. On her fourth try, her heart pounded in her chest as she carefully opened the door. From the bathroom, she could hear the water running. Courage took over. Bianca approached the bathroom door, ready to find out who the intruder was. A moment later, Antonio, Carlo's older brother, emerged, his expression one of pure embarrassment. "You?" Bianca exclaimed, surprised and confused. Antonio was visibly uncomfortable, his eyes avoiding Bianca's as he tried to find the right words to explain his presence there. It was clear that he was hiding something important. "I can explain everything," Antonio said, looking down guiltily. "Please do it," she replied, "because I already thought I was going crazy, and what's worse, Carlo pretended not to know anything." "He didn't pretend, he didn't really know. No one but Mom knows I'm here." Antonio explained that his business had failed in recent years. He had asked for loan after loan, but without success. Eventually, he had to close everything down and sell everything to pay off his debts. "I didn't want to look like a failure in the eyes of Dad, my son-in-law, and everyone," he said, his voice shaking. Bianca, with her innate compassion, understood the weight of Antonio's secret. However, the truth had to be revealed. She told everything to Charles, who received the news with a combination of surprise and understanding. "Antonio, if you want, you can stay with us until you find a job," Carlo said, displaying a generosity that Bianca deeply admired. Peter understood that his older brother was going through a difficult time and decided to help him, despite past tensions. "Dad will still think I'm a failure," Antonio said bitterly. "Well, what's the problem?" Carlo replied. "He tells me that regularly, but I'm still here. Life goes on." Before we continue, if you find this story interesting, please like it to let us know and share it with those who love engaging narratives. With the support of his family, Antonio found a job and moved to a better apartment. Slowly, he stopped complaining about his problems and his father's judgment. He discovered that there are more important things in life than material success and the approval of others. The greatest lesson Antonio learned was the value of sincerity and unconditional love. What do you think about Carlo's decision to help Antonio? Leave a comment with your opinion. We are curious to read your thoughts. Eventually, the family grew closer, discovering that love and mutual understanding are worth more than any social status. Carlo and Bianca saw Antonio get up again, stronger and wiser, ready to begin a new life with renewed hope. Whenever the family gathered, the story of Antonio's secret was told with a smile and a laugh, as a reminder of a difficult time they had overcome together. Bianca and Carlo no longer spoke about the past, but used that experience to strengthen their bond. Life went on, and with it, their plans and dreams. Antonio became a regular at family dinners, no longer as a passing guest, but as an integral part of their new reality. The bond between Bianca, Carlo, and Antonio became stronger, based on a new awareness and mutual respect. Thus, in the small town where they lived, the story of Bianca, Carlo, and Antonio became an example of resilience and family love, demonstrating that, despite everything, the important thing is to stay united. With the strength of his family behind him, Antonio managed to rebuild his life, proving that even in the darkest moments, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.